We give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashan, Yahweh Shai, Bashan Rakai Kudash, double honor to the apostles that rule well. Salutations to the brothers in the four corners of earth, pushing this truth and sincerity, man. Alright, the name of this, the coming race war? The coming race war, we're going to answer it through the scriptures. Alright, that's what we do. We find articles, and because it's an article I would like to bring out and share with y'all guys. But when we find articles in the news, we correlate it with the scriptures. That's what we do. Okay? So, as the name of this video is The Coming Race War. Is race war coming? Hell yes, it's coming. Right? It's definitely brewing up as coffee in the coffee pot, right? I want to bring this article right here. Will and dark omen of election day be a sign that United States is on the eve of destruction? Yes, it is on the eve of destruction, man. It's on the eve of destruction. So I just want to read a couple of paragraphs from this article right here. The level of anger that we are witnessing all over the United States right now is extremely alarming. Millions of voters on both the left and the right are full with rage. And I have never seen this country more bitterly divided than it is at this moment. Interestingly, survey after survey has found the economy is the number one issue that the voters are concerned about. Our once great economic machine is coming apart at the seams, and the cost of living has become extremely oppressive. But to be honest, for now, the economy is still relatively stable. Yeah, for now. So, how angry will Americans be once the wheels start coming off and the economic condition really start deteriorating very rapidly? As I write the article, we are the nations that is deteriorating on the brink of widespread civil unrest, as NBC News has noted. Candidates from both major political parties have been physically attacked in recent weeks. And what they trying to do, they trying to eliminate the middle class. There's going to be two classes. It's going to be the poor and it's going to be the rich. They are eliminating the middle class. And I talk to the middle class pretty much most of the time. And a lot of them is working two jobs or trying to keep their head afloat, right? Because one word, inflation, or the prices is going up, it's off the chart. Food is going up, gas is going up, entertainment is going up, everything is going up, man. All right, let me get back to this article. Armed men is masked and tactical gear have shown up at secure ballot drop boxes. Candidates of both parties have been physically attacked. Election workers intimidated, and threats against members of the Congress are up tenfold. For many voters, a vicious spiral of violence and a fear is creating angst, paranoia, an overwhelming sense of dread that the nation is on the eve of destruction, according to the growing body of public opinion research. I found it very interesting that NBC News acknowledged that there is overwhelming sense of dread that the nation is on the eve of destruction. It is not often that we get such a truthful admission from the mainstream media. Nobody can claim that the mood in this country is good right now. In fact, one recent survey found that two-thirds of all Americans believe that the U.S. is at its lowest point in their memory. Two-thirds of Americans can two-thirds of Americans say that the country is at its lowest point in their memory, and more than a quarter report being so stressed they can function most days, according to a recent survey commissioned by the American Psychological Association, in which more than three-quarters said that the future of the country was a significant source of stress in their lives. For millions of Americans, the struggles of survival from month to month is biggest reason why they are so stressed. One 31 years old woman named Cachet Lewis often works 16 hours a day. She is now looking for a third job. Damn! She is now looking for a third job, and she is literally selling her blood so that she can afford to buy food. Cachet Lewis, 31, a Denver, Colorado worker, works two jobs and is currently trying to find a third job to cover the recent 200 monthly rent increase in her apartment. She works days as a barista at Starbucks, but claims it's been difficult to get enough hours, even with the taking extra shift whenever she can due to scheduling cuts as part of the crackdown on the union organizing by management. At night, she works on a convenience store because the hours are reliable and works 6 days a week, often 16 hours a day. I'm exhausted all the time, said Lewis. On the one day I have off a week, I donate plasma for extra money. I'm literally selling my blood to eat because I have no choice. These days, a lot of Americans are exhausted all the time, but just about everything that our leaders do to fix our problems ends up making them even worse. Yet another major survey has just discovered that the economy is most important issue to U.S. voters, and I think that the election result will clearly reflect that sentiment. All right, I'm gonna jump a little bit right here. Interestingly, right here, right here on the top. Interestingly, at this precise moment, we are going to see a blood moon on election day in the United States for the very first time in our history. Right, the total lunar eclipse that is about to happen will be visible in four different continents. All right. Sky watchers on four continents will have the chance next week to catch the last total lunar eclipse for 3 years. The eclipse will occur Tuesday with the moon set to turn blood red and it slips into Earth shadows. The celestial show will be visible to viewers in the North and Central America, Asia, Australia, Pacific Islands, and parts of the South America. Many consider a blood moon to be a very bad omen. What? Many consider a blood moon to be a very bad omen. Could it be possible that this is the sign that we really are on the eve of destruction? When NBC News has suggested, and it should be noted that this blood moon also come as Tyrad meteor shower and sending brilliant fireballs down on that planet. All right, yeah, I'm gonna stop over there because the Earth ain't gonna be destroyed by fireballs, man. All right, the Earth is gonna be this. America is gonna be destroyed by Yahweh Bashim Yahshai using the ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles. America will be destroyed, but things is gonna be brewing up. Right, the economy. I just read it to you. Right, the economy. The U.S. dollar don't mean a motherfucking thing, and it's gonna be race wars. It's going to be race wars. Why Israelites is so upset. All right, this is one of my favorite articles right here. Let me. I've been bringing this out lately. Right, just bear with me for a minute. All right, systemic structural racism definition example: health damages and approaches dismantling. Right, so this is it goes to numerous of topics. Right, it goes to numerous of topics. My computer. It says system racism is so embedded in system that it often assumes the reflex of natural and inevitable, inevitable order of things. Right. All right. So let's read on. All right. Let's read on. System Systemic racism is so embedded in the system that it often is assumed to reflect the natural and inevitable order of things. Slavery, right? Explicitly supported by laws endured for 250 years in the United States and was followed by almost 100 years of Jim Crow laws, man. Right? Often enforced by terror, they are deliberately designed to restrict the rights of Hebrew Israelites, but they got African Americans, including the rights to vote, work, and get an education. Right? Although civil rights legislation in 1960 made an illegal discriminate enforcement of these anti-discrimination laws has been inadequate. Racial inequality and their ensuing socioeconomic and health consequences persist because of the deeply rooted unfair system, right, and sustained legacy of former overly discriminatory practice, policies, laws, and beliefs. At times, a system and structures which are rooted in beliefs of white supremacy, there we go, white supremacy, operate unconsciously or intentionally, but nevertheless effectively, to produce a sustained racial discrimination, uh, uh, systemic racism, systemically and pervasively. But blacks, people, indigenous people, and other people of color compound disadvantage within society. It often can be traced by deliberate acts and discrimination in the past, such as law mandating residential segregation. There we go. That's why most of the brown people, right, the Israelites, is in the ghetto. When you look at the word ghetto, it means where the Jews dwell, right? Residential segregation by race, all right, once in a place. However, systematic, systemic racism is often perpetuating with persistently damaging effect on health, right? After the explicitly discriminatory measures are no longer in effect. Yo, that's why most of us is in the emergency room, right? We're in emergency room for high blood pressure, migraines, right? Stress, cancer, and the list goes on. Heart attacks, and the list goes on because of what we have to endure, right? Systemic racism is is a motherfucker, man, right? So let's go down a little bit. Let's go down a little bit. Look, political disempowerment, right? Look at the shit we go through, man, right? Look what we go through, all right? Segregation, all right? The list goes on. Financial practices, right? Financial practices. When we get home, the interest rate is higher. When we get loans from the bank, the interest rate is higher, right? Or sometimes we get denied. We get student loans, car loans, house loans, but it's hard for us to get business loans. If we do get business loan, it's not uh, uh it's not adequate or sufficient funds for us to start our business, right? All right. Criminal justice system. You know, when we do the same crime as a white man, we get 20 years, while the white man get counsel or he get therapy. All right. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Uh, what was that? Historical example, data. Um, hold on a second. Oh yeah, cause pathway for health damages. I talked about that earlier. Um, see, hold on a second. What would this say right here? So this is a beautiful article. Strategies to dismantle systemic racism must give high priority to addressing inadequacies in the key detriments, right, of health, right, right. So a particular article. thing I'm looking for. Just bear with me for a minute. All right. Look, let's see. Come on, baby. All right. All right, there we go. It's moving a little better. This is particular section I was looking for. Now I can't find it. Don't you hate that when you start your video that you're looking for a particular thing, you know you can't find it now? Uh, nah, it's, affirmative action. Affirmative actions and diversity, um, equity, inclusion efforts is aimed to address centuries of exclusion of people of color from employment, job promotions, and admission to schools and university. Affirmative action involves fairly considering qualified candidates who previously would have been rejected on the base of their racial or ethnic group. For example, by considering the obstacles faced by candidates when assessing their strengths and potential to succeed. In response to challenge of affirmative action initiative, which sometimes have been accused of discriminating against white or Asian people. Many institutions have reframed the efforts under the banners of diversity, equity, inclusion. Now, discrimination against colored people, um, not against white people and the heathen. It's discrimination against the so-called black people and so-called Latino people, right? That's where racism is targeted at us, right? So guess what? The people is fed up. The people is fed up. That's why you got celebrities like Kanye, right? Kanye and what's his name, Kyrie. Speaking up. You know, that's why they speaking up, and they tired of the unfairness, right? Even though they're making billions and billions of people, right? Look at Moses. Moses was a great example. Moses was a great example. He forsook Egypt. He forsook the riches of Egypt to fight and to suffer with his people, right? Hey, man. And the Most High, and the apostle said it best. Hey, man, the Most High could open these celebrities, a famous celebrity, just like that if he want to. He could open Jay-Z or Gay-Z just like that if he want to. Beyonce just like that, right? To speak up about the systemic unfairness, right? The systemic racism here in America, man. Right? When we commit a crime, we got cops on our necks, cops shooting us just for a little petty traffic, man, or a little petty traffic ticket, or traffic stop, or whatever the case might be, right? The cops always constantly giving us a hard time, which are the Roman centurions, you know. And let me see. So, yeah, brothers and sisters got the point when it comes to systemic racism. And that's why the people is fed up. That's why Israelites is fed up. So let's go to this article real quick right here. Sorry. Let's go to the precepts. Because what we do, we find articles and we correlate it with the scriptures. So 2nd Ezra 15, 14 through 16. And this is the CEB, Common English Bible. How terrible it will be for the world and those who live in it. The sword and the stress draw near, and nations will rise against nations to fight with spears in their hands. So this is what Ezra is seeing. He's seeing, he don't know what gun was. He don't know what AKA. He don't know what these weapons are of today. So he best describe it as spears. Fight with spears in their hands. Human beings won't be able to trust each other, right? You got to remember, there's going to be nation against nations. So it's going to be Jacob against Esau. Human beings won't be able to trust each other as they grow strong each other, right? I repeat that again. As they grow strong against each other They will pay no respect to their king, right? We ain't gonna have no, Israelites ain't gonna have respect, and the people ain't gonna have respect for the government, right? No bitch ass Biden. We ain't gonna have no respect for the mayor. It's gonna be out. It's gonna be hell here in America, man, and different parts of the world. Right? They would pay no respect for their king, but mainly here in America, king or to their powerful chief of their great men. That's right. They ain't gonna have no respect for the Marines, the Army, the Coast Guard. It's going to be hell here on earth, man. Right? Right? It's going to be evil. So the word evil means bad times, and it's coming, right? And these top hats is going to get it, man. These top hats is going to get it. They are not the real biblical people. They are not the chosen people of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. The Negroes, the Latino, and the natives are the biblical and are the chosen people of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, man. The Negroes are the chosen people, right? The Latinos and the indigenous, the natives, right? They are the chosen people of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Right? Them top hats that's in Israel right now, they are imposters. They are not the chosen people of Yahweh. They are from the synagogue of Satan. All right? All right. Numbers 24:19 through 20. The nation of Israel will trample them down and wipe out the last survivors. Right? Then in his vision, Balaam saw the Amalekites and uttered their prophecy. Here we go. Right? This is the top hat of prophecy right here. Amalek was the most powerful nation of all. But at the end, it will perish forever. That's right. So this Amalek, these top hat wicked bastards, they're going to perish forever. They're going to be destroyed. The scripture said those are first will be last, and those are last will be first. Right? Let's move on. Let's move on. I'm going to try to read this real quick. This is Micah 5:7 through 15. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people as a dew from Yahweh, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the Son of Man. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of the sheep, who, if he go through, both tread down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. Right? So it's going to be a time where Jake's going to start killing one another and start going to point those guns at these heathens, man, at these top hats. Right? Then hand shall be lifted up upon thy adversary, and all thy enemies shall be cut off. There we go. We're going to lift our hand upon our adversary, man, who oppresses us, man. We're going to fuck them up, man. And it shall come to pass in that day, says Yahweh, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots. Right? You're going to destroy their vehicles, every fucking thing, man. And I will cut off the cities of thy land and throw down all thy strongholds. And I will cut off witchcraft out of thy hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee. And thou shalt no more worship the work of thy hands. And I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee. So will I destroy thy cities. And I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathens. Fury upon the heathens, such as they have not heard. Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Please, Yahweh, destroy these mother effers, please. Especially these top hats, man. Can't stand them. Right? Here we go. I ain't gonna read this whole thing. Isaiah 19:2. I will make Egyptians fight against Egyptians, brothers against brothers, neighbor against neighbor, city against city, province against province. The Egyptians will lose heart, and I will confuse their plans. They will plead with their idols of wisdom, right? And so on, right? So, man, race war is coming. to America, and that's what this article is about, man. What it says: will a dark omen of election be a sign that the United States is on the eve of destruction? Yeah, man. We're on the eve of destruction, man. This place got to go. Hey, and these are a beautiful time to be living in, man. Because we seen the end and the fall of America, right? Which is the ancient Roman Empire, man. Which is the Roman Empire, man. The ancient Roman Empire. It just been resurrected and came back as America, man. Right? So, hey, I'm gonna see you on the next video. But this is a beautiful article right here, though. Beautiful article. All right. All right. Let me see. It's something I want to bring up, but I lost it. Um. mm, all right. I'll see you on the next video. Give all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. Death to America, death to Esau, 2/3 of the heathens, man. See you on the next video. Shalom.